If it wasn't confusing enough already, Volume 3 really brought a lot more questions to this series. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another manga volume review. This is going to be on Coffee Moon Volume 3. I think I have up to Volume 5 already, and I just haven't gotten myself to reviewing these. So I feel bad because I know for a fact, because I've been already preparing videos. This won't release until August, and it is mid-June when I'm recording this. But I will have probably Coffee Moon Volume 4 and maybe also 5 already prepared by the time school starts again. So I'm excited for that. That I've been pretty good at preparing a lot of these videos for the summer, because the summer is just very hard for me to record. So just it is what it is. So Coffee Moon Volume 3. If you haven't seen Volume 1, Volume 2, I do have them in my channel. This was brought to you by Yem Press, and Yem Press sent me this copy for me to review for you guys. This is actually one of my favorite covers, probably because it's red. Um, but the whole swirl with the whole time continuum in the story, it fits well as just the how confusing it's become. Now, before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. If you haven't done so as well, check out the other manga and light novel reviews that I have here by Yem Press, Yanon, um, J Novel Club, and Easy Press. So a lot of those companies are under the same umbrella. You can find them all at impress.com. Give them some love, especially those videos. They really need more love. They really do. So please do this one as well. So let's talk about a volume 3, Coffee Moon. Now, I had to go back to volume 2 and 1 a little bit to refresh myself on the story itself, but we are following the life of Pieta, who is the main character. She's been reliving this dream over and over again, and now at the end of volume 2 and now beginning of volume 3, she is fighting herself. And essentially, they call them the dilemmas, and she seems like she wins. I that was the first part that I was confused in. I believe she does defeat her dilemma and follows through what the sadness of her dilemma was. Uh, it seemed like for her that was her peak. That day was the peak of her happiness, and then from there, it just wasn't anymore. So she gains a power, and that power is to essentially stop time. And she has an umbrella for it. And ever past that point, you see her with these like blurry eyes, almost. Um, and Yeah, it's pretty much not a good thing. But she reawakens, and the story moves on to this character. This character is Nike or Nike. I think it's Nike or Nikkei. Nikkei. Um, it basically, her dilemma looks like this, like kind of like a butterfly, and there is a time that they call the dilemma by a name. So I was a little confused there. The dilemma's called Venia, and essentially Venia and Nike or Nikkei, both these girls, they kind of I guess had a competition, something like that in the art. Nikkei always has looked for her father's and mother's approval. At some point, we also find out that her parents are separated, and she kind of feels like she's kind of one of the reasons because of it. There's a lot of pain in her, and we start figuring out why these specific characters are the ones that in the first two volumes Pieta's able to awaken. And that's because all of these characters have some type of dilemma or some type of stress or whatever it is that they're going through. Um, and that's, that's her goal now, is to basically go and destroy all these dilemmas. It's very different of a volume compared to volume one and two because a lot of it is these powers that we hadn't seen in the first two volumes, and now she's able to use and she's able to, maneuver around them. We get, like I said, a little bit more of the other characters as well. Not so much of them, um, but we do see that the rich girl that runs the city, Seattle, she is able to see more of the issues itself. Now, I kind of feel like her dilemma is going to be connected to her dad as well, or just the fact that there's so much pressure on her to keep the city as it is. But I don't know where Danae's, which is the black hair girl, I don't know what her dilemma will be. So we do get a whole past story, and it looks like at some point there's transformation sequence where Nike does get that power at the end, and there's that battle between her and the dilemma girl that is basically obsessed with ending her. Um, and yeah, she also eventually also transforms even further into that, and she gets more powers, and she's able to defeat her dilemma, or I guess do that. So the volume ends with Pieta saying that she wants to put an end to the absurd chain of sorrows. So, um, I guess the next few volumes, and I don't know how far it goes into, but I guess volume four and five, we'll see her go in and finish all the sorrows that are left and dilemmas that are left. So, yeah, it's a great series. It is very much not well known. I've posted it on TikTok and Twitter, and people don't know about the series, and I wish more people would talk more about the series because it is actually a pretty good one. Um, Leaving a reader confused and not knowing what to think about is not always a bad thing, and that's what I like about this series is that I was left with a lot of questions, but that's not particularly a bad thing. It's I think um, it shows that the series has potential to a lot, and if it makes me want to come back to it and revisit it, then I think it's not a bad thing. So go check it out. It is, like I said, on yumpress.com. Give them some love. There is a link in the description below where you guys can buy some manga for a cheap price. I do appreciate all the love and support that you've been showing this channel. Continue showing that. Thank you guys again for the love and support. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.